Hey people, this is Talem Splash, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. So, I know in the last part, I was like super rushed to get everything done. Thankfully, I have a lot more time now. Excuse me. So, yeah, we can take our time now. I know we didn't really explore Jaheira fully last time, so we're gonna do that in this part, and then we're gonna move on and do more stuff. So, yeah, I'm sorry last time. I was not in a great mood when I was recording, and I feel kind of bad, but that's okay. So, the human child who came here was your companion. This is why he asked the same thing. Now I came to ask, that was Larsa he's talking about. So, you seem a great warrior, but it is best you avoid Zertaning caverns. There are many fell creatures there, and of late, worse. A fiend with strange powers has been seen. Alright, yeah, this is actually going to come back later, the fiend with strange powers. We're talking about a hunt that we're going to eventually get. And, oh, Kerwan. So Kerwan, by the way, the game points this out, I think, once. But Kerwan, if you look at the map, actually not that map, if you look at, like, the world map, Kerwan is this whole, like, southern continent, like, this whole, like, the continent that the Ozmone Plain and Jaheira is on. That's, actually, no, I'm sorry, the region is named Bancor, so it's not the continent at all. Forget I said that. It's a region, and Kerwan, I think, is what, that's, like, an area that we're gonna get to next episode, the Henna Mines. I think that's where it's located in. And also the Golmore Jungle, which we'll be getting to today, actually, is also in Kerwan. So that's just a region. I'm sorry. They're split up, like, this world map isn't really split up into continents so much as it is regions. Like, there's Dalmasca here, up in Nalbna is still technically Dalmasca, but anything beyond that is the Empire, which, you know, we're not there right now anyway. Over here is the Yacht Yensa. That's why you have the Ogre Yensa Sansi, the Nam Yensa Sansi. That's why it's in Yacht. And what Yacht means, it's just like it's an area where like most magicite won't work. Nethicite will. That's how the fleet was able to arrive in like at the Tomb of Wraithwall. They arrived using the manufactured Nethicite that can actually power the airships in the Yacht, which is really cool. And down here now, so we've only been in like Dalmasca. Over here we've been in Pervama. Pervama's like Pervama, the floating lands. That's like where Bujerba is in the Lucy Mines. Those are like the floating things, because Bujerba is a floating city, and all of Pervama is like a whole landmass that can just float because of the natural magicite that's underneath it, I think, if I remember right. Anyway, that's just, you know, my little lore dump of the geography of this part of Ivalice. Oh, hello, Garifrider. Oh, the Nanas, yeah, the best livestock in all Ivalice. No part of the Nana goes to waste. Yeah. Meat, hide, and bones, they all have their... Yeah, we talked to you last time, I remember. That was one of the people I did actually spot out. So, we don't have that much gil right now. We only have like 3,000 gil. We will have more relatively soon, because in this episode we're actually going to get to a really nice gil farming spot. On your way through the plains, you must have spied the cave entrance. This is the way to the Zertaning caverns, and a place to avoid. Yeah, we've been in there a couple times. That's where we went through in the Nam Yensa Sansi and the Ogre Yensa. They all actually connect. Like, it connects to the Dalmasca Wester Sand, the Ozmone Plain, and the two Sansis as well. So that place goes all over the whole region. It's like a tunnel that just goes all underneath Ivalice, and I think it's really cool that it pops out in so many, you know, far-reaching places. Anyway, the reason why I'm still exploring Jaheira is because we want to talk to Low Chief Sukumu. You have seen the bill posted for the Encalados. I had wondered what sort of person would come, but never did I expect... No matter, it is nothing. You are truly here to hunt my mark? Yeah, we are. Alright, let's do it. Truly? Good. Even if you are a child. Cough. Pay me no mind. All elderly are as I am, slow to trust. Let me explain the situation. You know the Ozmone Plain? You must have passed through... Yeah, we were there. A very valuable herb grows there. Yet the Encalados, it tramples my precious herbs to dust. Oh, as you can see, I am quite agitated. Normally the warriors of this village would vanquish it for me, but this time, well, suffice it to say I need you to do this. The Encalados can be found at the eastern edge of the Ozmone Plain. It is often seen in the shred, I am told. Okay. Warrior Seimu knows much of this creature. When you leave this knoll, you will find him standing guard at the bridge. Talk to him there. Now go. I trust you'll do this for me and return safely. Yeah, we will. So the Encalados is, it's a pretty cool looking, I mean, it's a cool looking hunt. It's like the same model as the Slavens that we've seen earlier in like the Giza Plains and in the Lucy Mines and stuff, but it has it's like a really cool palette top of it. So we're gonna go take a look. Man, I love the fact that this river is just dried up. Like, I think it's so cool. Like, they remembered to add in the cracks of the dried up river and just goes on. Man, I love it. And you can see, like, the huts in the back. Oh, I want to go explore that. Even though I know, like, didn't ever, like, build it. Like, it's just flat plains. Like, could you imagine if you're actually there, like, seeing all the you know, the plain, the grassland, the plain. I don't know, it's just plains, it's dirt. But, oh, it's just so cool. Like, prairie, pretty much. Like, that's why I love the Ozmone Plain, and Jahara specifically. It just has this prairie vibe, and it's so, like I don't know. I like it. It's like a very, like, sort of tribey, relaxing feeling, and I don't know. The Gareth lived by the old ways, after all, as Fran says. And I just, oh, it's so cool, man. I love Jahara. I love it. It's such an iconic locale in Final Fantasy XII, in my opinion. It's not even that big, but I don't know. Like, one of the best cutscenes in the game happens here, and the Ozmone Plain is cool too. Like, this is like your average like steppe grassland, and we'll get to more later. But the music and the growing wild things on the edge. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love this game, guys. If you haven't noticed, like, I hope this is a nice offset to like how cranky I was last episode. I'm not like in a weirdly fantastic mood or anything. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for this game and how it, you know, I'm grateful for what this game did for me growing up and how it's still there for me now. It's just like one of those things I'm always going to be thankful for. You know, the ability to kill chocobos. I'm just kidding. You could do that before anyway. It's not the first game you can kill chocobos. I think the first game you could fight chocobos was Tactics. I think Tactics was the first one, which is another Evil East game, so it makes sense. And then they brought that back in 13.2. You can fight chocobos. I don't think there's a chocobo you can fight in 15. In 14 you can kill chocobos too, but you know 14 is so Evil East inspired that's why it makes sense. Like, you know, there's so many people who worked on all the Evil East games that still work on 14, so there's gonna be some residual effects of that, I guess. Anyway, so we're off to go kill the Encalados, and I know we could have gone and accepted the free chocobo ride from what's her name, Gertie. The name of the Moogle is Gertie. She offered us a free ride, isn't she? I think Gertie's a girl. Pretty sure. Not that it matters. Anyway, yeah, so Gertie offers a free chocobo ride, I think at the behest of the Great Chief, but we're not taking it just yet. And actually, I'll probably wait to take it until a little bit later. And it's actually interesting because she'll scold you for not accepting the gift right away. It's like, oh, you should have ridden, you know, this free chocobo ride sooner because the Great Chief lent it to you, like, you know, freaking ages ago, and you still haven't used it. That's like ungrateful. And you know it is, but you know, I would rather explore on foot because it gives me more time to chill and relax and explore this area. And I know we sort of, you know, we just sort of like speed through the Ozmone Plain before. Like, what have we explored? Only like the base areas. So, yeah, we're gonna explore a little bit more today. We'll stretch it out as we go further. But you know, actually, that's a good thing. I might go and do that today because I mean, we're not hurting for levels or anything. We're doing pretty good. I would like to be. So actually, I should say we're gonna be coming up on the halfway point of the game in maybe, I don't know, like 3 or 4 parts. I mean, we still have ways to go. Like, Larsa just joined, and at the halfway point of the game is where I kind of consider Larsa to leave the party. Because, you know, he's a guest. He's not going to be around forever. So, you know, it's going to be a little while. But, you know, we're just mostly going to be cruising through the story. I know a lot of people like to do a ton of hunts when Larsa's in the party. Personally, I don't really see a need for it. Like, I don't know. There's so many things that, like, there's so many new things to get after that point in the game that I don't see really a point in waiting, because it's not like I can't handle myself with 3 people. Oh, we have a rare game here. All right, so that's the Hybrid Gator. That's a rare game that we will have the pleasure of fighting momentarily after we kill these woos. Woo. Woo. I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. They're like purple Urstrixes, and we got lots of them too. So if you have any arrow spells, they're super weak to arrow. And actually, who's my black mage? Vaughn is. Okay, you know, I just haven't gotten any spells for him yet because I'm poor and I can't afford anything yet. I'm actually probably gonna have to double back to Ravenaster and buy a ton of spells for Vaughn, because I didn't, you know, I never thought to buy any spells because, you know, I didn't have a black mage. I didn't feel the need to, but now that we have one, we're gonna want to get some. Actually, going into the next dungeon, which I mean we won't get to in this episode, probably next episode, we're gonna want to have some magic because there are a lot of enemies that are weak to fire and ice in there too. So actually no, I think just fire. Like, there's these flans that we can like just spam with fire. Anyway, so the Encalados hunt is in this little area over here. It's called the Shred, as that High Chief Sukumu said. And it's like on the map, it's just like this little area here. So it's not too hard to get to, but it doesn't spawn right away. So what you have to do, you just gotta go kill all these little woos in here. Kill every single woo in this little area, and then you leave, and then you come back, and then your hunt is here, the Encalados. But while we're here, we might as well just, as we're killing them, go and scour and map it out and get any treasures we find. And also, what's fun about this game, Man, okay, so I should say this probably is going to be the last episode that I'm going to upload for a little while because I'm going to be really busy throughout the next week and a half or so. So I'm going to try and make this a good one. Yeah, so what am I doing? So today is Wednesday. I just had my D&D session with Cody. And I know it's like, that's kind of sad that I didn't record all that time between last episode and like I'm uploading this tomorrow, I hope. I better upload this tomorrow. If I don't, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself. But no, yeah, this is hopefully going up on Thursday. And then after that, on Thursday, we're going to see Star Wars, me, Cody, and Candy, and Monisa. So we're going to go see Star Wars. And after Star Wars, it's going to be kind of late. And I don't know if I'm going to be up to recording just because I'll have other stuff to do. And I want to log on to 14 and play some Stardew Valley. I've been playing lots of Stardew Valley, man. I love that game so much. I'm already into the second year. Oh my gosh. I'll talk more about that later. I was talking about it in Super Mario Galaxy, actually. In the part that's supposed to upload on Friday. But one that I already recorded. I just have been lazy and haven't uploaded it. Oh man, don't be leaving. You gotta go back in. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking. So anyway, yeah. So on Thursday I'll be busy with that. I might record some, but it depends. Regardless, probably won't have time to upload it. Here's the Enchilados. Where's my white mage? Who's my white mage? Bosch is my white mage, and Fran. I forgot they're both white mages. So we're gonna have Fran go ahead and cast a Dispel on the good old Enchilados because he comes with Protect on him and Shell, and we don't want any of that nonsense. So just get it off of him. Anyway, so yeah, on Thursday we're going to see Star Wars. I'm really excited. Man, he already reapplied it. What a schnozzle. Where's my Dispel? Right here. Yeah, so let's... Ooh, he's got slow on him now, too, though. I think it's because my arrows apply slow. Or something applies slow. If you have a Gladius, don't use... If you have a Gladius, do not be using Bosch with your Gladius. Or whoever has the Gladius, he'll absorb any wind, so you don't want to do that. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I gotta finish my conversation. Thursday, I'm seeing Star Wars. Friday, I'm going over to my friend Chris's. We're gonna hang out. Cody's coming too, and my friend Dylan. And, you know, just, you know, hang out. I'm going over to his place, I think, for the night. So I'll be getting back Saturday. I'll be getting back. But then on Saturday, I'm going home, like, almost right, like, I'm not going to my apartment home, but, like, to my home, to my parents, for that whole weekend, because it's going to be the holidays. And, you know, even though I personally don't celebrate Christmas religiously, I still love it commercially. It's my favorite holiday, and I don't even celebrate it. I don't care. I love Christmas time. So, I'm going to be at my mom's, because, you know, she does. So we still, like, give gifts and everything. And, I'm so excited for it, man. I love Christmas time. So, I'm going to be over there at my mom's. I'm going to be at my... I live with my grandparents. If I never talked about that, because I don't talk about that too often. I was raised by my grandparents. Which could be a reason why I'm so, like, partial to... Like, I think Alex is my favorite character in Stardew Valley. I think he's awesome. But anyway, that's a different topic. So I'm going to be at my grandparents for the whole weekend. But then I'm going by my mom's for Christmas Eve and Christmas. And then I'm coming back after that. So I'm coming back the day after, like on the 26th in the evening, I'm coming back to my apartment here. And I'll have one evening that I maybe could record, but I also need to pack because on the 27th, all the way over to the 31st, I'm going to be over in Pittsburgh, because that's where Cody lives, and me and Cody and Candy are going over to Pittsburgh for that whole, like, half of a week. And I've never been there before, so I'm really excited to actually, like, you know, go see where he lives and all that. And I just love, I love Pittsburgh, or I love Pennsylvania in general because it's so hill-filled, and I love hills. Oh my goodness, I love hills. You know, Illinois is great, but it's also super flat. So, I mean, it's cool in its own way, but I love being able to be on the top of a hill and, like, look out at a whole town. I just think that's so awesome. But anyway, I know we killed the Enchilados without me even really paying attention, but now we're heading back. So I'm going over there, and I'll be there for a while, until the 31st. And then I'll be getting back, and it's going to be New Year's. And then on the 2nd, I have work, and then on the 3rd, I start classes. So it's like, you know, the rest of my break is pretty much booked, and I feel it really flew by, and I feel bad because I haven't worked on my film as much as I'd like. And I was kind of like, I really didn't want to mention that. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, Pinello. I'll raise you. I'm the white mage. I'm the white mage with raise. I'm the res mage. Let's get you back up. I feel bad that I haven't worked on my film as much because, you know, the clock's ticking. I have to get this film done by the end of the quarter. And, man, it's like this looming stress. Like, I know I have to do it, and I am, like, you know, I'm drawing every day and stuff. But, you know, I have to, like, fully get this animatic done and start animating shots, because the clock is ticking. I don't have that much time, and man, all right. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'll get to that. Now that's my own responsibility that I have to take care of, and no matter what, that's got to get done. And there's gonna come to a point where I'm gonna sit down and be like, look, Jacob, I have to do this. You're gonna sit down and work all day on this because you don't have any other choice. Like you can think about it. You can think about it all you want. It doesn't matter. You're not getting it done if you're just thinking about it. You got to sit down and write. Write too. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about both my story and my animation. Now you can see what's always more on my mind though. Sit down and draw. Sit down and write. Sit down and animate. Get it done. Don't be so overwhelmed by your stupid perceptions of how big this project seems and how undoable it is. It is doable. You just have to do it. You just have to sit down and chip away at it every day. I shouldn't rant at myself, but that's what I'm doing right now. This is how my brain works. Hello, little moo. So yeah, you have zoos. Oh no, these are Ozmone hares. Later on, there's a bunny called the moo. I just think it's kind of nice, kind of wholesome and cute. Anyway, so we can go this way and double back around to the back to Jahara. But oh, we got more of these guys too. So yeah, if we had a wind now, actually this would be a really great time to get Bosch out because these guys are weak to wind. Let's go ahead and do that. Vaughn, you don't need any more levels. You are good, my dude. Same thing with Penelope, we can't take out. But actually, also Bosch, can you equip the Gladius now? Did we ever equip it on you? Yeah, we did. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and switch to Bosch and just watch him just wreck. 800 damage. Look at how much damage that is. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Bosch just is gonna ruin anything that's weak to wind. At least while this knife is good, which honestly it should be good for a little while. I'm a little bit under geared right now. Oh, there's a red chocobo. I'm a little bit under geared right now, but nothing too bad. Bosch is probably the greatest source of DPS we can have right now, and I just love that. I love that he's a white mage and also one of my strongest hitters at the moment. It's just he's so useful. It was a really good combination. Black Mage Monk is a really good combination too. Yeah, I saw someone in the comments posted that back when I picked the second jobs, and I didn't think about it because I never paired them up before, and then I thought about it more, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, I just have to use them correctly. Anyway, so we're just taking our time here. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, it's weird to have this. I'm still not used to this map overlay that they introduced into the HD version. What I might do. See, I want to cut to Jahara, but I also want to fully explore the Ozmone Plain, at least to the point where you seem to get a good idea of what it's all about. And all right, well, I don't have any I got Fran. She can attack the flying ones. I don't think the flying ones are going to approach us though, so we're good. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's not that much else to talk about. I sort of talked my whole spiel. I did it all, everything I wanted to talk about today. It's already done. We're only what, 18 minutes in? Yeah. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens. So now I gotta wing it. I don't actually ever plan what I want to talk about when I record. I just kind of go. Oh, I should drink some water. It's kind of weird how they changed the font for the level up in the HD version. I probably talked about that in part 1, because I think I recorded part 1 of this LP, the night that this game came out. So, yeah. Here I am, months later, still not done because I have a terrible uploading. It's not even a schedule. I'm not very good at sticking to super long-term projects, as you can tell by my lack of work on my story and on my short film and anything in between. Just I get started and then I'm unable to keep myself self-disciplined. That's actually something that's been on my mind a lot lately, especially coming out of last quarter of school, which I got good grades. I got 2 A's and a B, and I don't know, maybe for some of you that's not great if you have parents that are really strict about you getting only A's or something, and I'm sorry, I don't think anybody should have to go through that stress of worrying. I mean, there should be some stress, you want to do a good job and you want to be held accountable for your work. But anyway, I got 2 A's and a B, and for me, I was very happy with that. But the class I got a B in, I only got a B because of my really poor self-discipline. And actually, pretty much any project that I've gotten a lower grade in, it's not because I don't have, I think I do have the skill to get things done if I really try. It's just that I can't sometimes get myself to sit down and do the work, and it bothers me all the time that, you know, I just have so many other distractions. Recording being something that both helps because I'm able to talk about it, but also detrimental when I record instead of, or if I put recording first before school, which I've done in the past and I probably will do again in the future. I'm going to make a conscious effort to focus on school and prioritize school when that starts up again. And not feel bad if I go some time without uploading, just because I can't afford to feel bad. I need to, like, put this first. It's so important. But I don't know, I'm driven constantly by my passions, and my passions are always, like, going every which way. You know, sometimes I want to record, sometimes I want to write, sometimes I want to animate, and, you know, sometimes I just want to, like, you know, stream or play FF14, and I gotta learn to, like, you know, appreciate and use all the positive things that can come from, like, being really inspired and motivated to work on things, but also realize when you have to have self-discipline and, like, you know, even when there's a night that you don't want to work on something, you work on it anyway. And honestly, I was really hoping that working at my job would give me that sense of self-discipline, but it didn't really. It actually, if anything, I was so, like, for such a long time turned off by my job that I, you know, got even worse with my time management, even at work. Like, I tried my best, but, you know, I got everything done, but it always came down to the wire. And actually tomorrow and the day after, I have to work on an animation for work that, you know, I'm actually really proud of. I'm doing good work, but so many times I just end up sort of sitting there and not getting as much work as I'd like to get done. And I just feel so awful. It's like, why can't I get myself to just sit down and get this work done? And, yeah, I don't know. I'll get it done, because I always do. I always get it done. It's just, I give myself so much more stress than I need, and it's totally detrimental to me as a person and, like, my personality to do that kind of stuff. Oh ho! You've defeated the Encalados. These are good tidings indeed. I learn again that it is wrong to judge by appearances. Now I shall reveal a truth to you. In fact, the warriors offered to hunt my mark, yet none of us have ever seen a true mark hunter. So I was curious to see what a man might be like, and I asked permission of the elders and I posted a bill. Little did I expect a human child, but to tell the truth, I was little disappointed. But this is past, and now is now. My eyes have been opened. I see you truly are a great warrior. Another surprise for me. Here, please take this as thanks. You have done well, friend. That we have. So we got a golden amulet. That's our second golden amulet. There's one more that we can get in this version of the game, unless you probably can get more in trial mode in this version. In the original International Zodiac Job System version, IZJS, you can only get, I think, a grand total of 3 golden amulets in the game, because there was one that you got in the treasure chest in the Ogiriense Sansi, there's one you got from this hunt, and then there was one that you could possibly get from the Back to Barheim side quest, which I haven't done in this LP yet, but I will be doing probably after the halfway point of the game. I won't be doing it just yet. I will be going and unlocking the Mossforeign High Waste, so don't worry, like before it's time, so that way we can see that cutscene with Duig and Gibbs. If you know what I'm talking about, great. If not, then you'll see it when we do get to it. But I won't be doing anything past that, and because I want to wait to actually, like, explore the Mossforeign High Waste. Even though we could go unlock it right now, I want to wait until the story presents it to us, so that way we have good pacing with the story and the LP and everything. But anyway, my whole point was, yeah, the golden amulet you can only get 3 of, and now that in trial mode you can get things in trial mode and import them into your game because they stay. It's crazy. Like, that changed. That was a game-changing change. Like, all right, people might say, oh, the fact that they added 2 jobs to this game is really what, like, changed the game from the international version. Nah, it didn't. It didn't really change it at all. The game was already easy. The game didn't get any easier just because you have a couple more weapons to use, or you have a couple more augments. Like, really, it plays the same way. Now you just have 2 options. You have 2 ways to approach things. It made the game more flexible. It did not make the game easier. But what did make the game easier is the fact that you can get things in trial mode, some of which are really good weapons, and then import them back to your main game. Like, no, I hate it. I really don't like the fact that you can do that now, because, I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I use it. I used it for getting, well, I didn't use it for getting the Karkata like I said I was going to do, but that's kind of why I didn't use it, because I want to not have the best sword in the game right now. I want there to be some amount of challenge. Hello, Gareth Warrior. I think that's actually not, what's his name? Supinelu. I think it's different. It could be. Like, he says that he sees us hunting out in the Ozmone Plain, so maybe that is him. It just doesn't label him as such. Anyway, it's NPCs like that. I think it's cool. It makes the world feel alive. It's not just us out here, you know. There's other people. I love that about you know, the PS2 Final Fantasy games did a really fantastic job of populating their world. Like FF10, man, it, like, you know, it was linear, but it did such a good job of making the world feel alive. Like with all like the other travelers out on the high road that you could just talk to. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I gotta LP FF10 one of these days. And Final Fantasy IX as well. See, I like the PS1 Final Fantasy games a lot, but one area where they were weaker is that point of like having, you know, just people out in the world. Like there are always NPCs out in like the town areas and stuff, but like in FF9, even in the dungeons, there's not that many people around. It's just you have to get to a city and then there's tons of people. But I think it's so important for an RPG. If you want to feel alive, you gotta have people everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's a fighting area, unless it's like a really solitary dungeon. If it fits the story, that's fine. But if it's just like an open plain like this, you gotta have some other people. It can't just be you. And that's where FF13 really faltered. Getting to Grand Pulse, and then only it being you, like not another single living soul on Grand Pulse except for you. Like your party. That bothers me so much to this day, and I'm glad they fixed that about Lightning Returns. I still don't like Lightning Returns. I love 13 apart from that fact. I still really like 13. I don't like Lightning Returns, but I promise you, one day I'm gonna LP Lightning Returns, and it won't be a hateful LP because as much as I do not, oh come back you stupid horse. As much as I do not love Lightning Returns, I am very passionate about that game. And if I did LP it, it wouldn't be me not enjoying it, because I really enjoy that game. I think it's a really fun game. I have really complicated feelings about it, because it's such a stupid game. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid, and I'm gonna say that a ton when I eventually do LP it. But also, like, you know, there's some things I really appreciate about it, and like the music for one, the area design, the locales are awesome. The world is fun to explore. The combat's decent. The ending was great. The customization is awesome. But so many other things make me so mad about Lightning Returns. Okay. I'll save that for when I get to that game, though. I think before I would do that, I would do 13 too. Just because I've LP'd 13, and I haven't LP'd 13 too, and it would be unfair of me to go straight to Lightning Returns. But, you know, I think eventually I'll get that whole trilogy done, because it's important. I don't know. I know everyone thinks it's a really bad trilogy, and, you know, in a lot of ways, it isn't great. But it means a lot to me that I do it. I love all three games in their own weird and stupid ways. Like 13 is actually good. 13-2 had weird time travel crap I hate, but it had Noel, who was awesome. The combat was also really good. The questing was really good in 13-2. The DLC was great, even though it was too much DLC. Like, I hate saying that the DLC was great, but at least it was really fun. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm very passionate about that. I feel like my feelings are so mixed about that whole thing. I love Lightning, though. At least in the first two games. Not so much in Lightning Returns. Anyway, so... oh, wow, we've already been going for like 30 minutes. And we haven't even gotten that far in. We just did one hunt. It's not too much progress, but I'm ranting. Oh, it was, yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed, Vaughn.
I got a good feeling.
An alliance between Dalmasca and the Empire.
Reason tells me 'tis the only course. We must avoid a wasting war with the Empire at all cost. Yet I fear I could not bear the shame, had I but the strength.
A shame perhaps for me and for you. But for Dalmasca it is hope.
And you can just accept this, can you?
After Vane's ruse, I had abandoned hope for honor. Yet never did I forget my knightly vows. If I could protect but one person from war's horror, then I would bear any shame. I would bear it proudly. I could not defend my home. What is shame to me?
My people hate the Empire. They will not accept this.
There is hope.
Right?
Don't encourage
Hope for a future where we can
Not
join
that bad,
hands
am
I
as
got
brothers.
A good feeling.
Larson, please. This is serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be Larsa. Somebody's got to put him in his place.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so yeah, I saw FF12 had an update the other day, and I don't know what it was. I'm actually wondering about what that update might have been. Alright, I'll talk more about it after discussing. I forgot it. This happens too. This is a good cutscene, though.
The Senate may play at intrigue, but Lord Vane is not one to be brought down easily. The entire military waits upon his orders, from the War Council down to the rank and file. What better blade than he to strike down the enemies of the Empire?
Your Honor reminds me of Zekt 2 years since. He, too, put his trust in Lord Vane's strength, and what became of him? Gone without a trace since Nabudis.
I will not hear you malign Judge Zekt. He was a noble warrior. Or do you think his trust in Lord Vane ill-placed?
Vane took 2 of his own brothers' lives. He is ruthless beyond contempt.
Ruthless, you say? Would he were more so? He gives traitors no quarter, be they of his own blood. How fitting for one who would bear the burden of empire.
But could we bear him? Zagabath, what of you? Surely you do not believe his brothers were traitors?
So found His Excellency Lord Gramis, you would do well to mind your tongue, Drace. That matter is long past.
Your Honors, a summons. Lord Vane has arrived at the palace.
We come at once.
Lord Larsa has left for Baromises. He hopes to enlist the aid of the Grand Kiltius in stopping the insurgents. I doubt this will be enough to deter Ondor, but even a slight hindrance to his operations would be welcome. This will delay the Rosarian invasion, and we will have bought much-needed time to shore up our defenses.
Just as His Excellency had hoped.
No matter the result, I'm pleased with the young lord's progress. I can already see the stunned faces of those mud-witted senators. The fools think a child emperor's strings easy to pull from the shadows. But they will find that Lord Larsa is no puppet.
Yes, the senators would be most pleased with a puppet for an emperor. Recall, Drace, how the Senate fears and despises Lord Vane's ability. When they realize the truth, that Lord Larsa is no docile lamb to be shepherded, they will bare their teeth and devour him.
You're right. I shall speak on this matter with His Excellency at once. Gabranth, it falls to us to protect Lord Larsa. Are we agreed?
Aye.
See, that's a really cool cutscene, just because you kind of get to know what the judges are thinking and how they have really opposing views. Like the woman talking, that's Judge Drace, and she's got a good head on her shoulders, that's for sure. And you actually get to see how Gabranth, cares about Larsa too, and I think it's so cool. Very good cutscene for building them in a really short amount of time. Anyway, here's a game hunter. We passed through the Golmore Jungle, but we encountered some sort of barrier and could go no further. There must be a way through, though. Yeah, I'm sure there is. So anyway, yeah, we'll get to that actually in this one. How we're doing on time? Only 34 minutes. We got time, man. So much to do still. Actually, I think we're gonna. I made a good estimation. Like before I record every episode, I sort of plan what I want to do, and we're making good progress on that plan right now because I want to get to a certain point before I stop. And I know I said I would stop doing that and just play, and I did stop doing that because I don't plan out the whole LP now. I just sort of plan out, all right, in this episode I'll get up to this point, and then I'll stop, and then that'll be my episode. And that way I feel like it still has a relatively good amount of pacing. It's like an animation. There's two ways to animate. There's straight ahead animation where you just, you don't know, like, you don't really have a plan for how you're going to animate. You just draw the next frame, and then it moves, and you get a really natural look by doing that. But there's also pose-to-pose animation, and pose-to-pose animation is like when you have you only have the poses of every character position pose you want to draw, and then you draw those poses, and then it's like you time it out, so it's like an animatic, and then you just draw the frames in between, like it's super evenly. And that can get some really nicely planned movement, but it can also look a little bit inorganic sometimes, and the best way to animate is actually to use a blend of those two methods. You want to use a mixture of straight ahead and of pose to pose. So if for pose to pose you still want to do that, you want to like plan out your animatic and plan out the timing, but then when you go ahead and like animate like the breakdowns between each pose, you want to do that like frame by frame because you want it to feel natural. And so that's when you're animating, you don't just like straight up do even in betweens, because then it'll look really inorganic and stuff. So anyway, same thing with how I plan this LP is my point. You know, I'm like, you know, planning it out a little bit, but just enough to make it not feel inorganic. I still want it to feel like, you know, I'm playing it by ear, because I am really. That's what I am doing. I am playing it by ear. I don't know what I'm going to do in like 10 minutes from now. I know where I want to go, but I don't know what's going to happen. So, and man, that reminds me of the times I used to have to like post commentate whenever I lost the commentary file or something. I'm like, all right, well, I have all this game footage, so maybe I think this happened a couple times in Birth by Sleep actually, where all right, I can go and you know, just record myself commentating over my gameplay footage that I already recorded, because the footage is gone, or my commentary's gone rather. So I might as well just pretend and try to make it post commentary, or try to make it feel like live commentary. And I did that like once or twice, but at some point I always end up admitting in the commentary, oh, you know, I'm so sorry, this is a post commentary because I lost my file, so I'm trying my best to make it sound okay. And I did that a couple times, I remember. So anyway, yeah, what I was just killing. I don't do that anymore. Now if I lose commentary, I just go back and that's why I have fail-safe saves now, so that way I can go and re-record the episode or something. So I'm on my way to, what I was doing is I was killing a bunch of panthers, those panthers that we were fighting. That's actually the best way to get gil right now, and at the end of this episode I'm going to spend some time really farming out the things. You want the coral pelt, that's the item that they drop that's really good and high selling, and you want to get as much of that as possible because it sells for a ton. And I would like to get 99 and then sell it, so next episode I have a lot more money, but for now I'm just going to continue on with the story, and then I'll save that farming for the end of this episode, and I'll do some in between as well, between now and the next one, so that way I can, you know, we'll have a decent stock of money. And it's not something you have to do, but I feel like it's not that bad to grind it, and I don't know, something about me kind of likes grinding in this game. I know that's a really like unpopular, like not unpopular, but like controversial thing to say, like what you like grinding, but I don't know, there's something zen about it in Final Fantasy XII. It always has been. I kind of just like, you know, making that slow and steady progress. You know, slow and steady progress, and I keep saying that, but like, what am I looking for? I can't think about two things at the same time. It's called Princess Kiss now. No, that's Echo Herb. That's what I want. Okay, I could have just used like Vox or something on Fran, but whatever. So yeah, like I like chipping away at slow things in games, but when it comes to real life, like my animation or my writing, I keep like feeling so daunted by it, and I have to get over that somehow, because I just use it as a form of procrastination, and I hate it because I know I can do it. Like, I've done it before. I can do it again. And I just keep coming up with reasons about why I can't. And maybe, like, I keep distracting myself or whatnot. I've actually, like, tried to, like, look into ways about making myself, like, focus on the task at hand better. Because I feel like me trying to distract myself when I'm stressed out is just a way of me coping with the stress. So, I don't know. That's just something I think about. It's a worry. It's nothing really that important, though. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this.
What is it?
The jungle denies us our passage.
What have we done?
We? No. I.
What's that mean? How are we supposed to get through that?
Making an appearance?
Come on, I'm talking over here.
I thought you'd left for good.
Hey!
Our choices are few.
Friend? Balthier!
This is as much for you as it is me.
Oh?
You are ill at ease. The Netherite troubles you. You've let your eyes betray your heart.
Right.
What are you doing?
Soon you will learn.
Whoa.
We go to seek aid of the Viera who dwell ahead.
I bet they'll be glad to see you after so long.
I am unwelcome, an unsought guest in their wood.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a good cutscene too. All these cutscenes are great. We're going into a new area, a new town. It's a new mini city, like Jahara, kind of. It's called the Eruyt Village. I love this place. Oh man, I have a lot to talk about Eruyt Village. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll talk about it after this.
In the village ahead, you will find her, Mjern. Bring her to me. She will know why you called her.
Cool. Cool. So, what just happened? What? Okay, well. Huh. That's weird. Did you see that? Like, look at my mouse is here. Okay, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try and fix this. That was weird. Did my PS4 freeze, or? Oh, my Hauppauge froze. That's what. Or not my Hauppauge. I don't have a Hauppauge. Jeez. It's my AverMedia. Did it get disconnected, or what? Well, guys, I hate to say it, but I guess I can't continue the episode right now. It looks like my my capture card just kicked the bucket right in front of me, right in our video. I'm unplugging it right now, like, and plugging it back in, and like my PS4 is fine. There's nothing wrong with the PS4. I can still play the game if I switch out my HDMI and put it back. But yeah, if I try and like you know, this is like the screen I usually bring up when I'm gonna record, and then I like full screen it like this. But there's nothing at all. So yeah, AverMedia, my AverMedia kicked the bucket. That's so unfortunate. This thing worked so well for me for so long without a single problem, and now it just decided to die. That's, oh man, that sucks. So all right, I guess it's fitting that this had to be the last video that I was gonna record for a while. But what I'll do is, you saw that whole cutscene. There was nothing after that cutscene. I was just talking already. Yeah, all right. I guess I'll go and save. There was a save crystal right there, so I'm gonna save my game, and then I guess I'll get myself a new capture card, and next video I'll have a new one. Oh, that sucks. Unless I can see, maybe I can fix it, but like I'm plugging it in and out of its power, and it's just not turning on. Like the light is dead, and nothing's happening at all. It's warm. I wonder if it overheated, but I don't think so because it's never. I was only recording for 40 minutes. I've recorded for like hours before. My goodness, that sucks. I can't record anything now, man. All right, well, yeah, all right. I'll try and fix this as fast as I can. This reminds me of an NCS's Majora's Mask LP. I know I shouldn't be talking, like, this video isn't even going on anymore. I'm still talking. An NCS's Majora's Mask LP, like, his game froze at some point randomly as he was on his way to, like, the second temple. And it reminds me of that, because, like, we're nearing the halfway point, too. Oh, wait, the light's turning on. The light's turning on. It's flashing again. Wait, the light's back on. Oh, let me close this and see. Are you gonna work? Oh, please tell me it'll work. Please. You know what? Let me close out of the program completely, reopen it, and we're gonna see what happens. Cause all right, I'm really hoping it's gonna work. I'm really hoping it's gonna work here. Oh, please, 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 please. Yes, it's back. Okay, I'm not even gonna cut. This is just gonna be in this episode. Let's get back to recording then. Just let me switch back to my monitor because I full screen it here and then I just leave it so that way I can record. I have no idea what happened, but I hope it never happens again. I have no idea. No idea at all. So anyway, this is Eruyt Village. We have a shop here. I was gonna show you how to farm the you know what? I guess we have a I'll wait until next time. I'll show you how to farm. It's flashing again. I hope it doesn't die again. Better not die. I'm just gonna save my game, and I might still look into buying a new capture card just because I'm really worried this one's gonna kick the bucket again, like in the middle of some other episode. But for now, what was the later one? 12.5, 12.14. All right, I will save here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll save there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of worried that this is gonna be a persistent problem, but if it doesn't happen again, then I hope it was just a one-time fluke. Yeah, in the next episode, I'll show you how I panther grind, but I'm still gonna do it off screen. I kind of showed it off, like, without mentioning it earlier today, when I was just killing all those panthers. All you do is you kill every panther, but not anything else, and then you go run back to Ozmone Plain and respawn them, and then run back into Golmore Jungle and kill them again and again until you got all 99 coral pelts. It's just a really good way to grind them because they're all like consolidated into one, you know, point, and you just gotta make sure you don't kill like the marble or the panthers on the other side or anything, or the winged imp things. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I'll do that a little bit later because I am worried now. Not really. Yeah, alright. Yeah, you talk to Fran. She sticks here. She's like, we will need Miran's help if you are to pass through the barriers of the wood. She will know that I have come. Bring her to me. So, Mira is someone that Fran knows in this village, and we'll meet her in the next episode. I wanted to do it today, but I'm not going to take any chances right now. So next episode, we're doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Like I said, I don't celebrate it religiously, but I still love it in every other regard. I think it's got such a cool aesthetic, and I don't know, I love Christmas. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Have a great New Year. If there's no other FF12 up by New Year, but otherwise I'll see you when I see you. It's not gonna be too long of a break. It's just I'm super busy, so I appreciate your guys' patience. I guess this is a good video to end off on before my little break. So yeah, take care, guys. Later. I don't want to say goodbye, but I have to. All right, bye. See ya.